Hi, I know that you're busy. I only need 3 minutes of your time. I'd really like to sit and chat with each of you personally, but this might be an easier way to do it. My name is Frank Vagnone. I'm president of Old Salem Museums and Gardens. When most people think about Old Salem, they think about the beautifully preserved buildings, the landscapes, and of course, the tasty cookies. But what I'd like to do right now is to give you some idea of our strategic changes that we're making and some new ideas and innovations. On the surface, we have around 425,000 visitors walking Main Street every year. We have around 200,000 which are ticketed and program related, and around 40,000 of those are school kids. It's also been estimated that Old Salem has an economic impact of $48 million a year. Now, all of these statistics sound great, but the truth is, from my perspective, they're not the things that make Old Salem matter. Since beginning my tenure as president in December of 2016, we've been positioning Old Salem as a national model on how heritage sites and living history sites can really innovate and start to focus the visitor experience in ways that we know new audiences would like to experience them. The first one of these initiatives is the Hidden Town Project. We began this in December of 2016. The Hidden Town Project is our dedicated effort to locate all of the dwelling places of the enslaved in the town of Salem. So far, we think there were around 40 distinct slave dwellings, and in the 1860 census, we believe we had around 160 slaves. The long-term goal of the Hidden Town Project is to form a descendant community who can help advise Old Salem on ways that we can fully integrate the Hidden Town story. So we're starting to locate a lot of the individuals because ultimately what we want to do is put a face and a name to these statistics. The second initiative that we've started is the Universal Access Program. And the Universal Access Program starts to accept that for many heritage sites, access for individuals with either cognitive to mobility impairments is really limited. So we've already started to work on a map which is completely dedicated for universal access visitors. Every one of our interpreted sites now have what we call experience boxes in them, and that is that we can pull those boxes out. And for our visitors who need special conditions or tactile artifacts, that they now have those. And those are just two examples of the Universal Access Project. The final program I'd like to tell you about is our Equity Initiative. And this program is really about continuing on the path that's been established to help Old Salem become a much more inclusive and diverse organization. For instance, we've established a new National Advisory Council. We have expanded our leadership team, which is our policy-making group. We've also established a staff advisory committee. And so in many ways, whether it's the board, the staff, the kind of programming that we offer, all the way to include the vendors that we use, that we're really dedicating ourselves to let Old Salem reflect the world around us. Now, it's clear to me the only way that we can achieve that and succeed in our mission is to have collaborators like you. And so that's why I wanted to produce this video. I wanted you to understand the directions that we're taking, the reasons why we're doing it, and why we need your help in funding and ultimately achieving those goals. Thanks for listening.